Hello. Um, Today is the 18th of August, 2014. It is 11:42 a.m. and I'm doing an a podcast that no one listens to. Let's get started. How do you think about that? Instead of having, I think I'm going to do an intro and an outro. But with the song that I have, I'm going to cut it in half or something like that. I don't know. I'll work on it later. I'll find out. Like tomorrow, I'll be able to talk about it, how I did it, or what the song is, or whatever like that. But as of now, I'm actually haven't worked on it. But I feel like I'm going to do it this time because, Anyway, so I've been working on those shin guards. I double layered the shin guards on top of each other because it came in a pack. It was for $5 something, or really close to either really close to $5 or just over $5. I wouldn't consider it $6 at all. Originally I was gonna wear one shin, I guess brace, and on each forearm, but then I double layered it just for the heck of it, and I really like how it looks like. It's kind of difficult to explain, to be honest. It looks really cool. It's not really formed to my arm, to be honest, but it does look in my eyes. It looks pretty cool. I'm gonna see if I can somehow take a picture, but I doubt it's gonna look cool, to be honest, because first of all, I have a horrible camera on my phone, and I don't really have proper lighting as well. Let's see. I just turned on the lights. Barely bright in here. barely see it. Nope, never mind. Sorry. Just wasted a minute for you guys. I can't take a picture of it. It doesn't look good. Anyway. John called. Well, the reason why I'm doing it kind of early is because John called me, so I doubt he'd call me again. So he called me at about 11 something. Okay, so you're good. I woke up. I went to the bathroom, and it was like 8:20 something when I actually got up. No, it was like 8 something, and then when I actually got up, started walking to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. It was 8:20 something, and then I went to the living room to start charging the PlayStation 3 controller because I thought I'd be playing Assassin's Creed 2 all day. Which we'll get into a second. The reason why I'm not. Sorry, I just saw a bottle on the ground, so just picked it up. Anyway, so my dog started whining. I was like, why is she whining? What's going on? So then I woke up my sister, and she got up. We walked her, and for some reason I could just tell something was wrong, but she didn't do anything. But I just had like this feeling, She urinated. We came back in. It was, for some reason, I was sweating so much. Like really, really, like a lot of sweating. I don't know why, but I was. And it's really humid out as well. Like not dangerously humid, but like just annoyingly humid. Because sometimes it can be a little bit. It's like, okay, there it is. But like it was just annoyance, just a huge annoyance. And I am like halfway into walking the first, like 1/4 of the walk. I was already sweating. I noticed like, oh god, it's gonna be horrible. I know it. So then I finally finished, but I knew what she was feeling weird. I just knew it. I could tell. And then 10 minutes later, she started whining again. So I got my sister up again, and I was like, "Hey, come on, she's whining. We gotta go." And I remember complaining, going, "Why is she only gets sick when I'm the one who has to walk her?" Um, but then I think the real reason is because if my older sister, who does walk Wachitu as well, but only at night, and sometimes, well, it really depends. Like if she does walk her, and Wachitu gets sick, she doesn't want to walk her as many times as Wachitu wants to get sick. She'll be like, "No, she's just whining to be whining," and then she'll throw up. And then I'll be like, "What are you doing? She's sick. Obviously, next time she whines, you're taking her out." And she's whining, like, and then now she's complaining. But anyway, um, so, yeah, anyway. So she was, what she did was whining, so we took her out again, and she defecated heavily. It was one long, I guess, consider it a rope, that at first appeared normal, but then it appeared quite sickly and soft. So I feel like hopefully that got it. Hopefully that got out of her system. I don't know if she continues to be sick, but after this, I'll keep more of an eye on her. But she hasn't been complaining, and so that's good, because I would most likely be hearing about it. So when we finally came back, I started playing Assassin's Creed 2 again, and I realized that I was bored with it. As much as I liked the game, I was bored. And the replay value of this game is not as high as one can consider. Considering that people actually like this game, when it came out, the grade of this game was more so than any of the other games of the Assassin's Creed franchise. But I still, for some reason, I can still play the first Assassin's Creed anytime that I want. Like, it's that good of a game. And the replay value for me is just all the time. Like, I can play that. Like, I think I've played that game 3-4 times. I've lost it, unfortunately. So I might have to rebuy it, but hopefully I can find it again. Because I was like, I'm not going to lie, Assassin's Creed was the first game I got. I remember getting the PlayStation 3, and then either the day after, I think, we went to the pawn shop before it moved to the other side of the road. Not like the other side of the street, the other side of the road, which was like 4 or 5 blocks. I got Assassin's Creed, and then the first game I rented was Mission Impossible, Mirror's Edge, which they both became my favorite games, because Mirror's Edge has a huge replay value as well for me, and Assassin's Creed, for some reason, I think has a better story, because like, I don't know what it is, but I just really, Altair for me is just one of the coolest character ever, and I liked him before he became cool to people. Like, people liked the game, and then Ezio Auditore di Firenze came up, and then they were like, "Oh my God, Ezio is just that much cooler. He has character, he has depth, he has, he can swim." Like, I just like him so much better, and I actually still liked Altair better. Maybe because it was one of the first, maybe it was the first game of the PlayStation 3 that I played. I don't know, but he's still, Altair for me is just so cool. And then finally they brought back Altair again in the third sequel, but it's the fourth game. And and then they explained his life and what he did, and that he was extremely smart. And I just really like the bio of Altair. What I really like to do is go on Wikipedia's or Wikia or whatever wikis on franchises that I like, and I like reading their stats because it just seems really cool. And like Altair's was something like he has extreme endurance, being able to, from the fact that he can go on any terrain and know how to deal with it. He's very smart. He's a prodigy, given the fact that he became a master at like the age of 26 or something like that, and then he became uh, a master. Oh, what would you call it? The Al Mualim. What was he? Well, like the leader of the order of the assassins at like 28 or something like that. So it's just really smart. And then he had spoilers. If you don't listen for like another 12 seconds. But like he had like a piece of Eden, and he started taking in all this knowledge. And of course, you can take that as an advantage, but he was able to understand it all. So like he became really smart. He made the first gun. He was able to make high tensile like steel and all that. Like he was able to make just extremely tough metal, which was like basically adamantium, which in Assassin's Creed 2 you can get Altair's armor, which has basically ultimate resistance to anything, so it can't break. Which I don't know if you guys knew this. I didn't know that until I actually broke it. You can break your armor in the game, and you can't rebuy that armor, which is retarded. Because you have to keep on repairing them, and if they break, they break. And every single time you get a new piece of armor, they'll add like 2 or 3 health bars, which is basically hits. You can get hit that one time, or like I think you get hit twice, and then it'll deplete completely. And the better armor you get, the more bars you get. Well, they're not bars; they're actually diamonds. But like it's kind of hard to explain. They're health bars. So just leave it at that. And I think at the end of it, you get like 22 or something like that. And God, this like Altair's armor has ultimate resistance, so like it can never break, which is great. Because I was always afraid of it breaking, so I'd always run to a blacksmith to get it repaired, which was like $400 every 3 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so Altair was pretty cool. He was also an artist and a writer. So good for him. He was a pretty good artist. I mean, obviously it wasn't really him drawing. The guy, like someone who was working on the game, was drawing for Altair, but it was pretty cool. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so I was working on the shin guards for my basically a vambrace, and I used a permanent marker to black out of the Red Wilson on the brand name on the shin guard itself. So now it's just black. I mean, if you really look closely to it, you can actually still see it, but eventually I'll go over it a few more times, and eventually it won't look, anything like it. Also, this actually kind of reminds me of Batman's from the game. His forearm guards bracer, which looks really cool, but like at the same time, his things look extremely bulky. Like it looks hard to maneuver with. And like, I mean, understandably, Batman is the peak of human conditioning. Like he is the Olympian of Olympians. Like he's as strong as any human can get ever without cheating, like with steroids or venom, with like Bane venom or whatever. Because like I guess he can bench press 1,500 pounds, and he has nearly eidetic memory. He's extremely smart. He has majors in all, because after his parents died, I guess in the comic he just kept on studying and studying and studying, because I guess he didn't know what he was going to do, but he knew eventually he would have to do something just to better himself. And then he, after being extremely smart, which I think with an IQ of like 180 something, he started condition himself physically, which I have to admit might kind of suck because that means no treats, never, ever, ever, because you would never be able to do it. And understandably, Batman never has fun to begin with, really. But I don't know. I don't know what he eats. But yeah, the bracer reminds me of this thing. Of Batman's, which is really cool. But no, Batman's really cool. He actually knows Wing Chun. I don't know if you guys. Oh, I don't. You guys have no idea Wing Chun. I'm actually learning Wing Chun. It's a Wing Chun is a martial arts, which is I forget what the English translation, but it's what is it called? It's called literally Spring Chant, which doesn't really make any sense considering what Wing Chun is derived from a nun. I guess like that's one of the okay, the common legend is told by Yip Man. Involves a young woman named Yip Wing Chun. Wing Chun literally means forever springtime or praising springtime during the period after the destruction of the Qing government in the southern Shaolin at its associates' temples. So she's a nun. She was in the temple. Government's being thrown out. So, a local warlord's marriage offer. She said she can reconsider the proposal if he could beat her in a fight. Soon crossed path. So Wing Chun crossed paths with a Buddhist nun named. Oh, okay. So Wing Chun is not a nun. Sorry, I thought she was, but she wasn't. So it's just a random woman, and she was like, this guy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna marry you. Maybe if you beat me up, I'll let you train." Okay. And then she left, and she found a Buddhist nun named Nig Moy, who was one of the Shaolin sect's survivors, and asked the nun to teach her how to fight. According to the legend, the Buddhist monk taught Yim Wing Chun a new system of martial arts that has been inspired by the nun's observations of a confrontation between a snake and a crane. This then still nameless style enabled Wing Chun to beat the warlord in a one-on-one fight. And then it was named after her. So this is that's a legend though, but I don't know if it's complete. But it's pretty cool. It seems kind of realistic because I know what people always talk about, like, oh, martial arts isn't that whatever, like it isn't real or whatever. Like like it's can't be used in a real fight. It can be if you use it correctly. Now I'm not gonna. Now see here, the beauty for me that I think for Wing Chun is that the stance and what you can do with it is pretty similar to what a lot of people do. I guess, except for the whole running at people and tackling or whatever. But I don't use. I mean, I've never gotten to a fight before, but I feel like if I have, I have an upper hand because a lot of people would run and try to tackle, and I would jump with my leg up and have my leg up in front of them, and I would kick them. But see, anyway, but Wing Chun's really easy. It only has 3 forms to learn, which I haven't learned the third form because the third form is it's hard to find on the internet because I haven't, I've obviously have to use the internet. But the first form is really slow, really slow, but it teaches you the fundamentals of how you're supposed to move your hands. And I'm actually moving them as we speak. And Wing Chun has its special punch, which is a straight punch, which isn't really used a lot because people, put a right hook or whatever because they swing. But instead of swinging, they, you have your hand to your chest, and then you just burst out straight, whatever. Like that. So it's really cool, actually. And I think a lot of people never see that coming. They wouldn't consider it, obviously. And then, so they would never block that. And it's hard to block a straight on punch, I would think. Even if I hit the arm, it's really really quick. It's like, here, let's see if you can hear it. Hold on, I gotta take off the bracer. All right, I'll show you. I don't know if you can hear this. Here, I'll move the pop filter, so you can hear it better. Okay, the pop filter's off. I'm gonna show you how fast I can punch. I mean, I'm gonna not show you, but you're gonna hear it. But this is how fast, if you do get close enough to hit them. It's not really meant to hurt them, but it's meant to just keep continuously hitting them so they can't hit back. All right, so here it is. I don't know how fast that was, but it's pretty fast, I have to admit. And if I get close enough and I do that, you can't hit back or whatever. And I don't know. Obviously, again, I've never been in a real fight. I want to. I mean, not a real fight, but I want to spar with somebody. But there's no one to spar with. But yeah, anyway, Wing Chun's really cool because it has a pretty cool stance. Like, you're supposed to wait for them to come and hit you. Which is usually, I guess, like most people, it's kind of sucky because usually people don't want to go into somebody else's space to fight because they want them on their own terms. Just burped finally for the first time in like 4 podcasts. But anyway, so yeah. But yeah, so I've been learning that. The first one teaches you how to move things. The second form teaches you how to use your legs and how to move and all that stuff. But anyway, a lot of people say that kung fu and martial arts will never work in a real fight because people don't fight like that anymore. But obviously, in China, before mixed martial arts and all that stuff came into pass, a lot of people actually did fight like that. There was no other way of fighting. So, yeah. But anyway, so there's 3 forms. There's 2 weapon forms, and then 1 wooden dummy form. So, which is only 6, which is actually a relatively small number considering other martial arts that have 20 to 30, which I would find horrible. I would never remember any of them because I only know 2, and I know it the back of my hand. But if I had to go through all of that stuff, it's that would be difficult. And I know 1 bit of the wooden dummy form, but I've never actually used it on a wooden dummy. I don't know if you know what a wooden dummy is, but it's that stake in the ground with 2 or 3 prongs that comes out as a triangle kind of that comes out of the stake, the rod itself. So, but yeah, Wing Chun is pretty cool. I actually, when I was still talking to Javen's best friend Jim, he was talking about that he would try to learn Southern praying mantis, which I find really stupid. I mean, see, here's the thing. I understand what people think about how martial arts would not do so well. It's because martial arts defend against other martial arts. Okay? Wing Chun is realistic in the sense that it's supposed to it was designed for smaller people to defend themselves against bigger people. So there's a lot of moving to the side and trying to get there quicker, and the straight punches are also designed to disorient people, and so the other people are always they're getting hit. They can't hit back because they're if I move, I won't be they'll actually hit me in the face. So yeah, but anyway, I don't use just Wing Chun. Obviously, I won't actually use the stances and all that stuff. I'd use half Wing Chun, half just actual fighting. But I really do want to see if straight punch barrage, basically, would actually work in a fight. But I have no idea. But I think it would. I mean, if you get close enough, I think you would. But that's the problem. You have to get close enough to the people. So, who knows? Anyway. But yeah, I was getting bored. Actually, back to whole Assassin's Creed. I was getting bored with it. And hopefully I can get a new game soon. And I actually found a new game. Oh, which I told you was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, but it was for $30. I didn't want to spend $30, so I have to wait until I get to the pawn shop again, where I can actually waste the money. So, yeah, and my sisters, I don't know if all of them, but like August 25th, which is 7 days from now. Sorry. At least I know my youngest sister would go back to school, which is she would have to leave at 6:30. Oh my God, she won't have anyone to wake her up. Someone would have to wake her up, because like she won't wake up by herself. Someone has to wake her up, so someone's gonna have to be there. But I think she would have to leave at 7 something to walk there or whatever, and then she doesn't come back until about 2:30. But knowing her, she won't. She'll hang out with friends until about 4, and then leave, which sounds marvelous. Because like when I was in school, I lived like 8, 9, 10 blocks away, and I had a ride back, so I would always have a ride back. I could never hang out with anybody except for John on the weekends. But I wanted to hang out with other people too, but I never could. And then finally I met up with Javen. Like, we knew each other. Actually, he knew me since like 6th grade. And we actually talked, but I don't remember, in 7th grade, but he remembers it vividly apparently. And then finally, I think 10th grade we started talking. And then I found out that he and Jim were friends, and I knew Jim. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then Javen and I actually became quick comrades, where we started walking with each other and so we just walk around the town. It was really fun, and I miss walking around with somebody, but I don't have that anymore. It's frustrating. So I can't do that anymore, and it's been 19 days since he last talked to me, so, I gave up on him. And then John's going to be gone in September for like, I think 3-4 weeks for basic training, and then he's going to come back, and then he's going to go to another college, I guess. And then when he's there, obviously he's going to have college, so he'll only be able to talk to me, once every few days. So, like, I don't know, I really need to find someone else to talk to, but I have no one. I've tried the whole pen pal thing again, but like, those people didn't respond. Oh, I just read something. I totally forgot about this. Another thing about Wing Chun is they're uncommitted techniques, so that you don't put your entire body into a kick or whatever. So like, how if somebody like throws a wicked punch and then they miss, they're gonna fall. They're gonna fall and all that stuff. So you can just dodge or whatever, and then smack the heck out of them. But with Wing Chun, since it's a straight punch, you can hit as hard as you want, but you're not gonna fall over or whatever. Same thing with the kicks. The kicks are kind of low, so like, they're not that you're not committed to putting all your weight into it. And there's also trapping techniques, where grabbing hold of people's wrists and all that stuff. Uh, anyway, though. So yeah, so Wing Chun's really cool, and now I'm like not interested. Oh, I mean, I'm motivated to start learning again because I've learned the first two techniques, the first two forms, in actually rapid succession. To be honest, like it should take a few weeks in like actual training with somebody when you're paying for to be trained with people and all that stuff, with the practitioners, I guess. They would put you in the first form for like 3-4 weeks until you mastered it, and then the second form for like since it's longer and more complex, I would assume another like 7 weeks. And apparently they don't teach you the third form until like the next year, like another year. And like I learned the first two forms in like 4 weeks maybe. Because it took me 2 days to learn the first form completely, and then I practiced it for like every single day for about a week and a half, and then I started learning the second form, which took me a lot longer because obviously I had to learn it from the computer, and that was difficult. And then I realized that I couldn't learn the third form. I mean, I haven't found it yet. And then same thing with wooden dummy, because I don't have a wooden dummy, so how can you practice with one if you don't have one? And I don't have a 8-foot pole to work with, nor butterfly knives. So, yeah. But no, I'm still excited with it. I want to try looking for the third form again, because, I want to learn it, So, yeah, anyway. Also, yesterday, I had like this oh man, it didn't happen though, but, yesterday, when my sister was walking with Chitu, and I was walking with her, at night, I had this random motivation to start writing again, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm writing a story, and for like 2.5 months so far, I haven't been able to write a thing. I don't know why. I just don't feel motivated. Oh, actually, I really do. I do know why. I know what I want to write, but there's something. How do you explain it? There's a fact that I have to rewrite in 6 chapters. So I have to go back, reread the entire thing, and as I'm rereading, I have to correct everything that goes with it. The fact that I have to do it, because if it goes wrong, then I have to rewrite whatever it is. Which doesn't really make any sense. It's like let's see. Say in Genesis, Adam and Eve or whatever. Oh no, never mind. What's a story that you could use? Okay, how about in Harry Potter? Harry Potter has like I really don't. Okay, in the first book, say in the first book he already meets Sirius and all that stuff. I mean, I know he doesn't, but just just humor me anyway. And in the first book, the author was like, instead of having his mother's eyes, he has his father's chin or whatever. And that's the thing that everyone talks about, like, you have your father's chin. And then like midway through, he meets Sirius Black, and he goes, you have your father's chin. And then the author, J.K. Rowling, is like, that's really stupid. How about he has his mother's eyes? I'm gonna have to go through the entire book, like half the book, like 8 chapters now. I have to go through all this again and change everything from what he looks like every single time he talks to somebody who talks about the thing, and I have to change all these paragraphs and such. Hold on, I'm hearing something. Sorry, I kept on hearing Chitu running back and forth, and because she defecated heavily, I thought she was going to be sick. It's like, oh no. So I ran out, and then I saw my father. I was like, oh, she's running back and forth because father's here. And then he goes, are you at least going to say hi to her? I'm like, who is he talking to? So I went over there. I asked, what are you talking about? And then I found out my first cousin wants to move is here. And I don't hate her, but I don't like her. And she's just annoying. And like, she's always here all the time. I don't know why. Okay, I mean, I do know. She likes my younger sisters and she likes my mother. But god dang it, she's just annoying. She's spoiled. She sits down and just is on her phone like 30 minutes at a time. And like, just leave. Also because I dislike people, so it's just that much worse. What's also annoying is the fact that because technically she's related to me, they are generally nicer to her because she's related to them. And that's just annoying. So like, whenever I go, come on, just leave, I get in trouble because like, she's family. She isn't family to me. So anyway, back to the whole story thing. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I have to do is I have to go through 40 something pages worth. I think I've done the first chapter, but I have to rewrite it. I have to reread it. And that's like, 10 minutes of reading. Well, no, probably more. That's like 15 minutes of reading each chapter. Well, I mean, just reading itself, but now I have to change everything. So it's like 30 minutes every chapter for 6 chapters. It's a lot. Well, I mean, for me, it's a lot because, like, obviously it's not a job, or it's supposed to be fun, but it isn't because I have to do this. Yeah. Ouch. I just did something to my neck. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later, but now that I talked about it, obviously, now I have to do it. I have to try. So, okay, this is going to be a little extra long, this one, but, Patience, the girl who I was talking to, who was also playing, Go with me, I don't remember if I actually told you about this. I mean, if I told you about her. Okay, so, basically, John and Patience were, dating, and then John kept on complaining because, the relationship wasn't going anywhere. He found her kind of annoying, which I understand. And then he just kept on talking about how he was meeting other girls. I mean, he wasn't doing anything, but like, he was like, I'd rather be with them, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I'll take care of this. He's like, what? So then I hung up. I sent a text to her, and I was like, John needs to talk to you now. And she was like, get a life, stupid. And then I did it again a few days later, and then finally they broke up. Anyway, so then I started talking to Patience because I was bored, and then eventually I was like, you ever heard of the game Go? And she's like, no. I was like, it's a game, it's pretty cool, blah 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 blah. And then eventually she was like, sure, once I'm out of school I'll play. How long is it? It was either 198 or 209. Oh, either 189 or 289. I think it was 189 days later. Yeah. I think. No, 289. That was a long time. No, it wasn't. Really? I don't remember. Anyway, I did check though. I did actually go I did find out when it was. Anyway, we played a game. We played 3 games. Then she couldn't comprehend how to play. It was too complex for her, so she was like, oh, I'm done. And so then she left. Anyway, but I was still talking to her as we were playing, I guess. Like, as we were playing, I was still talking to her from time to time. And eventually I told her, like, I'm writing something. Do you think you can read it? Because I need to see if anyone would actually read it. I need someone with fresh eyes to go, yeah, it's okay, or whatever. So, and then after when she stopped playing with me, I was like, well, there's no point in talking to her, because playing Go was the basis of our non-relationship. And then the girl, Summer, who I left, but also had a crush on me, I guess, um, she was my editor. And she was actually fairly smart. I have to give her that. But now she's my editor, so now I have to edit everything. Now I'm working by myself. Uh, so it's just a lot of work to deal with. Anyway. So, yeah. I'm gonna start working. No, not with a work account. I'm gonna try to. I'm signing into Microsoft Online. Um, this. And let's see. I have quite a few to work. I mean, I have quite a few things to do, but yeah, so that's what I want to do. My schedule of the day is that I'm going to try to work on this. If I don't work on this, I'll probably take a nap. I'll wait until Wachichi has to be taken out, and then, hopefully, Allie will leave. But if she isn't, she's going to be in the living room. I can't go in the living room, so I'll probably be on the laptop all day until she leaves. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. I haven't checked the spider. I'll have to check it later. I'll take a picture. If it's there, if a new spider's there, I'll take a picture or whatever. But I have to admit, my cell phone isn't doing that bad. So I just have to, actually just have to say, new spider. But then how can you believe me? That's why I want a camera. That's why I want a video camera. Then I can do all this stuff. But I can't. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to eat today. They bought subs. I had Panda Express yesterday. Oh, it was so great. It was so great. So great, so great, so great. I did not get full, though. I mean, I did get full. Like, I got just a bit nauseous. Like, I did get full. But then, see, how I eat is that I'll have something, and then I'll do something for like 20 minutes, and then I'll eat my second helping. Like, I'll get helpings, I guess. 'Cause that's how we generally do it. Like, if we have pizza, I'll have 2 pieces of pizza, and then later, like 20 minutes later, I'll have another 2 pieces, and then I'll get full, oddly enough. But when you get takeout, you get all your food in one go. So you eat it all, and you go, man, I shouldn't have had it all. And then you're not full anymore. I don't know. So anyway, but hopefully the girls will go to school at August 25th next week. Next week, a week from now. So I'll be able to talk louder. I'll be able to talk more about what I want to talk about without feeling too self-conscious of people listening to me. Apparently I have 133 hours and 30 minutes left of disk space, which is only actually a few days worth. So I have to actually start deleting stuff off of eventually, because hopefully I continue doing this. But yeah, so I have a week of this left. And then, the sad bit about this, though, is the fact that the girls will probably be gone when I have to watch each needs to be walked, so I'll have to walk by myself. Sorry about that. My father came in and gave me a muffin. Apparently, he was, obviously, both my parents work at the school, different schools. There's actually 3 schools really close by. There's the about 6 blocks away from where I live now. Well, not 6 blocks, a mile and a half. There's a first, what is that? Not second, elementary school, and then a block away from me is the high school, and then a block away from the high school itself, in the same direction of where the high school is to me. So 2 blocks really is another elementary school, and that's where my father works. My mother works at the one that's like a mile away. And anyway, so they both work at the two elementary schools, and my father came in going like, I talked to my supervisor. You can fill out a form, and you can have a part-time job. And I go, well, do I have to do it online, or do I have to do it, whatever? Because like, I hate online resumes. I hate them. You want to know why? I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. It's just confusing for me. I want it all out on paper so I can see everything as it is, so I don't have to go back, fill everything out. So like, I can fill out everything, and if anything that I miss, I can go to my parents. I don't want to, every single time it happens, I have to leave, ask them, hey, where's my social security number? Come back, put in 911, 911, 991, and that's my security number or whatever. I wonder if anyone actually has a social security number is 911, 911, 911. Anyway, so hopefully not. But then see the reason why I don't want to actually get. Okay, there's actually a couple of reasons why I don't want to actually get a job. I don't want to see people. I don't like people. I legitimately flush and blush in front of people. I have no commanding voice, so people don't listen to me to begin with. I'm scared to leave the apartment. I have a slight phobia, agoraphobia. And I have not a slight phobia, but actually a real fear of leaving Wachutu when she's by herself and sick and she can't be taken out. I hate that so much. Like really, really, really much. Like I do actually hate it. Anyway. So that's why I don't like to leave. And also, I don't like the fact that sometimes if I can't get this job and they want me to get another job, how am I supposed to get there? So that's what's it's a blueberry muffin. Let's see what this tastes like. I don't have a lot of blueberry whatever, so I don't have this often, so I don't know if I actually like it. Quite moist, a little warm. Anyway, so I don't know, but it's a supervisor job, so and part-time. So if I work in the mornings, I'll get back by 9. I don't know, but if I don't get back by 9, my sister, no matter what, will have to walk her. I don't care what she says. And if I have to work during the time from 9 to, the lunch hours, I guess. I have to watch you do earlier in the afternoon. I think that's it. Like it's only the afternoon and the lunch. The afternoon and the morning. So anyway, I guess it wouldn't be that bad. So hopefully, I don't know. Luck for me. Hopefully I get this job. I'll be part-time, and I guess I get. My father, since he's worked there for quite a while, he gets paid 13 or whatever. But I think it's some people start out with a 10, which is really good. That's like $30 a day. I think, and he gets paid. I don't know how much he gets paid, but I would help out the family, I guess. But obviously, I would buy a few things for myself. Why not? Anyway, so I've been talking for 50 minutes. I have to leave. Oh my god, I've been talking for 50 minutes. Can you believe it? Who even listens to this stuff? Anyway, but yeah, so I'm gonna export the audio file, put it on the video program, video editor program, render the thing, and as I'm rendering it, I'll try to work in on my story. I'll try to work on it, and then maybe I'll talk about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk like a little snippets of what it's about. So it's about a dragon. Yeah, I know. It's a children's story. It's supposed to be a children's story, but then the more I go like children's story, I want it to be kind of dark. So I don't know. I'll have to work on it. So I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.